I love it when rumors turn into fact. After several weeks of teasing leaked specifications for the Canon EOS R8, the R50 and a pair of new lenses, we finally have a product invitation or an invitation to a product announcement. Will we finally get the Canon EOS R8, the R50 and a pair of new lenses? Details coming up, but first, please do me a favor. Follow me on Twitter, subscribe, choose all notifications, like, comment, and all that good stuff, as it really helps this channel grow. I've been covering rumors of the Canon EOS R8 for several months now. The first rumors that we got were highly conjecture, and they turned out not to be true. What they turned out to be was the Canon EOS R6 Mark II, and we got that camera in November. However, over the last couple of weeks, we've gotten some rather detailed specifications. We've gotten pricing, and not just of the Canon EOS R8, but the R50, and a pair of lenses that are supposed to be announced at this event. Canon Japan just teased us with this invitation for an announcement February the 8th at 11:50 Japanese Standard Time, or around 3 to 5 p.m. European time. And thanks to Canon Rumors and How to Fly, we already know what's going to be announced. The Canon EOS R8 for $1499 for the body alone, or with a kit lens 24 to 50, f4.5 to 6.3, it's going to be $1699. And then of course we have the more affordable Canon EOS R50, the cheapest R system camera to date, for $679, or with a kit lens, the RF 55 to 210, f4.5 to 7.1. And that is going to be $1029, so $679 for the body alone and $1029 for the kit lens. The only thing left to discuss are the leak specifications for each camera. The Canon EOS R50, we don't have any leak specifications in any way whatsoever. We just have pricing and the lenses to be announced. However, for the Canon EOS R8, it's a completely different story. We got these leak specifications from Canon Rumors. I'm just going to put them up on the side here. The leak specifications for the Canon EOS R8 do look pretty impressive if they are accurate, and we will know tomorrow within 24 hours if these are the actual leak specifications for the Canon EOS R8. 24 megapixels, that itself isn't very surprising. That it will also have a Digic X image processor, also not surprising. That it will have dual pixel autofocus, the same version found in the R3, the R5, all the updated new cameras, that is also not surprising. However, subject detection will be updated, planes, trains, and of course, animals and people. No UFO detection though, unfortunately. Now in terms of the continuous shooting frame rate, same as the Canon EOS R6 Mark II. 40 frames per second. Now keep in mind here, this camera sells for about $1,000 less. The buffer's not going to be nearly as capable as the R6 Mark II. It's not going to be as fast. So you're going to be able to hold down that shutter button for probably around a second, and then things are going to really slow down. It's going to take time to clear, just like the Canon EOS R7 and the R10, which can shoot at electronic 23 to 30 frames per second, but after a second it takes time to clear. But the video specifications are quite surprising. The camera can do 4K up to 60 frames per second, but that's 6K oversampled 4K. It can also do Canon Log 3, and in Full HD 1920 by 1080, it can do up to 180 frames per second. That's pretty impressive for a Canon stills hybrid camera. Normally we top out at about 120 frames per second in 1080, and then in some of the more expensive cameras like the Canon EOS R5, well, we top out at 120 frames per second in 4K, but never 180 or even 240. And that's what's kind of interesting about this rumor. It's going to beat the Canon EOS R6 Mark II? Really? However, when it comes to IBIS, there is some question as to whether this camera will get it. In the leak specifications from Canon Rumors, on the line where it said IBIS, it said not installed. What does that mean? That this camera doesn't get IBIS, or is this going to be some sort of optional extra later on? I'm going to go with that it's not going to be installed. No IBIS, along with a slower buffer, are some things that will definitely differentiate it away from the Canon EOS R6 Mark II. I also speculate that it's only going to have a single card slot. Now, the leak specifications don't mention that, but if you're a professional user and you're looking at saving $1,000 and going with the Canon EOS R8 over the R6 Mark II, a slower buffer, no IBIS, and a single card slot, well, that might be enough for you to say, yeah, you know what, the R6 Mark II is for me. I'm just going to stay away from the Canon EOS R8. Some of the other leak specifications we get, this camera is going to have a new form factor, and the weight of this camera is very light, just over a pound at 461 grams. It's going to have a variance monitor, and it's going to have a 3.5 millimeter microphone jack. It'll be capable of streaming via USB, and yes, I know, John, what camera doesn't do live streaming or streaming over a USB-C these days, and the R8 will have that. Anything I've missed out? Oh, a new variable angle LCD or monitor. Does this mean we're going to get the same sort of flippy screen that we get on the Canon, or not the Canon, but the Sony a7R5, that variable angle where it flips out to the side, but it also flips out to the bottom? So if you're trying to line up a shot, you've got a long lens on it, you can just look directly in the line of the lens through the LCD. That would be nice. This would be a first for Canon. I'd be pretty excited to see this. And hopefully we see that in all other Canon cameras. And at $1,400 or $1,499, if we see it in this camera, I can bet you anything else it's going to be in the Canon EOS R5 Mark II and the Canon EOS R1. We don't have the leaked specifications for the Canon EOS R50, but what this video is all about is validation and confirmation that we are going to have an announcement by Canon for several products, and they're going to be the R8, the R50, and a pair of lenses, and maybe some other products as well. So what I'm going to be doing, and what I've been doing with every new product announcement, is at 9 a.m., 1 hour before we get the actual announcement from Canon, I'm going to be doing a live stream with some guests, and we're going to cover off the rumors again. We're going to talk about these rumors, how likely they are, what we can expect to see when Canon actually announces the cameras in just an hour's time, and then we're going to cover the announcement live. Then we'll do a post-game analysis. What did we get right? What did we get wrong? Because when it comes to rumors, it's a lot of fun, and until we get the announcement, well, they're just rumors. We'll have an announcement in 2 days, so join me at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for live coverage of the Canon EOS R8 announcement. I guarantee you it's going to be more fun watching our live stream than Canon's live stream. Well, it's probably not going to be live, it's probably pre-recorded. That's it for the leaked specifications, although I wouldn't be surprised if between now and the announcement we actually get some leaked photos of the Canon EOS R8, maybe the R50, and the lenses. But that's a bit of a tall order to get all of that stuff, but anyhow, stay tuned. And if you want to stay up to date on all the latest camera news and rumors, specifically the Canon EOS R8, do yourself a favor, subscribe and choose all notifications. By choosing all notifications, as soon as I publish a new video like this one here, you'll get notified. So it saves you from scrubbing all the latest Twitter feeds, RSS feeds, YouTube channels, websites, print magazines, you name it. I cover everything right here on one channel. If you're interested in pre-ordering the Canon EOS R8, you'll notice that I have a link already down below to B&H and Amazon.com. As soon as Canon makes the product available, that link will be live, it'll be active. And you're wondering, how could I possibly have that? Well, it's a special link. It's designed to trigger the Canon EOS R8 once it's available, and I did this for the Canon EOS R6 Mark II, for the Panasonic S5 Mark II, and it works, trust me on that. So you can copy that link, put it in your browser, and refresh it right up until the announcement, and then you can be one of the first to order it. Also, all the minor news and rumors, I also cover that on this channel, but well, not really on this channel. I cover it on my Twitter feed, Ordinary Filmmaker. So follow me on Twitter if you want to stay up to date on all the minor news and rumors as well. But that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a great day and hopefully a great start to the week. We'll see you again soon.